The death of Pope Francis now sets off the process of allowing the faithful to pay their final respects. Cardinals have decided that the public viewing of the late Pope Francis will begin Wednesday in St. Peter's Basilica after his casket is taken by procession from the Vatican Hotel where he lived. His funeral has been set for Saturday at 10 a.m. in St. Peter's Square. Joining us now is the St. Boniface Archdiocese Archbishop Alber Legat. Good morning, Archbishop. Bonjour.
Good morning. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Now, it's a sad day for Catholics around the world. Tell us how you're feeling this morning.
Well, certainly when I first heard it yesterday morning, as you've said, a real sense of sadness, someone who had been such an influential and a powerful leader, and I believe certainly leading the church in the way it should be, having passed away. So a lot of sadness, not surprise, but a lot of sadness and prayer for the church as it goes forth.
Catholics have just wrapped up a Holy Week, and the Pope had his last appearance to the public on Easter.
Yeah, that was really incredible. What was also incredible was that on Good Friday, as he's done before, he went and visited the prisoners in one of the main Roman jails. Then on Sunday, yes, wishing Happy Easter, peace upon this earth, and then circulating within the crowd and stopping to bless a little child. What he's always been like, so approachable and so simple, humble, and even in his weakness, taking time for people.
Now, you met the Pope 10 times. What was he like, and what stands out the most to you?
I can only say for myself that having met him and just brief encounters, shaking hand, exchanging a few words, his eyes spoke of, sincerity, spoke of warmth. He was obviously attentive to the moment. For himself, the quality of encounter was very, very important. He wished to hear from many people. He wished to know their lives. We saw that when he went to Lampedusa and was with the immigrants fleeing, violence. He was certainly that when he came to Canada and met with the First Nations and the Inuit and the Métis here in this country, an attention to people and to listening to people.
Definitely an amazing legacy he leaves with us. What happens now for Christians during this period of mourning? All the dioceses around the world will have, a public mass to show our respect, to pray for him. In our diocese, that'll be on this Friday evening at 7:30 at the cathedral. People obviously in Rome will gather and for the lying in state. I'm sure many people will tune in to the funeral and to take up again the memory of all of those things that he championed, and sometimes very strongly and sometimes very much against invested powers that keep people as outcasts of society or as the poor and the forgotten. He certainly was their champion, which is then the cause that we should all give ourselves to. Now we're almost out of time, but what's the process now of selecting the next pope?
The cardinals will gather in Rome. All those 80 and younger will be part of the conclave, and they will have their discussions amongst themselves as to what each believes is the direction for the church in today's world, and as the spiritual reality of carrying on the mission of Christ. So it'll be the discussions, and there's cardinals from all over the world. Pope Francis certainly named a much wider list of cardinals from around the world.
Well, Archbishop, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.